Hey guys, this is Jay from Thundercat Loft, Cliffwood, New Jersey. Today's Sunday. Today is July 18th. I did a video yesterday. I'll do another video today, why not? My one daughter's sleeping, the other one's out playing in the yard. So I got a minute. Yesterday I was saying I wanted to show you some of my birds. So let me show you some of my birds. They're growing back though, they're almost there. Probably another week or two. Excuse me. This is the one I want to show you yesterday that's got the white nails. He's a blue bar. White, and then the two middles are black. But very cool. His eyes got that, like, around it's got skin's like a different coloration than most of my birds, but the guy I got these from, a lot of them look like that. But wattle's not too white. I like when the wattle's a little more white. I don't know if they're just not 100% right now. I mean, I gave them treatment for worms. I gave them the pox. 3 weeks ago I treated them for the PMV, paratyphoid I think it is, and salmonella. So they've been going through a lot, and now that I gave them antibiotics, they're not getting any grit, because I heard that that lessens the effectiveness of the antibiotics. So I'm not giving them grit, and I haven't really been giving them any vitamins or minerals, because I think that's the calcium is in that as well. That lowers the effectiveness of the antibiotics. So right now they're just on water, grain, and antibiotics. So anyway, this is the bird I want to show about that. This is the bird I want to show y'all, and see his coloration on his neck's coming in real nice. See his flights. Got a little bit of marking. I guess there was a there must have been a fly on him. I didn't see any flies on these guys. I sprayed them all down with I have like a horse fly, it's called Bronco spray. So I did spray them all down with that about 2 weeks ago. So I've really been trying to get these guys cleaned up and as healthy as possible. But it looks like there was a fly in here because he's got the markings, but nothing too bad, just one little mark, 3 little holes, 4 little holes maybe. But as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's on his 7th flight now. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then he's got these 3. He's got this one that's got a drop. He's got one that's got a drop, and then these 2 were the feathers I pulled, and they're pretty much fully grown in almost. This one's got another week or so, but come the first race of the season, he should be fully molted out as for his primaries, and we should be good to go. I'm not quite sure if his head molted out. I can't remember who molted out and who didn't at this point. Some of them are molting a little bit now. I know others were molting real bad about a month ago. This bird is 6868, so this is one of the first birds I did band. One of the first 18 birds I banded. So because I started at 6850, so 6868, 18 birds in. It's definitely a first rounder, and I'm super excited. The parents I bred last year as well, and I did have one of their offspring that stuck around till the end and did do pretty well for me. Was always consistent, and did well. So hopefully this year, another one of their birds do well for me, and maybe win something this year if I just train them a little bit harder, get them a little bit healthier. I'm already ahead of the curve. Last year, I didn't pull any flights, so I had birds dropping 7, 8, and 9, all during the season. And even 10, some of them dropped the 10th flight, and I was shipping everything. I shipped every bird regardless of what their flight was like. you know, whether it was just dropped or just poking through or was halfway. I don't know. I shipped everything. I only had very limited number of birds in my loft anyway, so everything went out. So this year, hopefully, I'm a little more prepared. You know, I pulled their flights. All the guys seem to do that. That seems to be like the way to go. You don't want to be dropping the 9th or 10th flight come you know, the 300 mile. So you want those to be fully molted out. In which case, all these birds I am. They're all growing back now. But this is one of the guys I wanted to show you. There's not much to show. I mean, he's got a nice body. Obviously, I have had them locked down for 3 weeks. They were feeling a lot nicer when I was training them every day. But I only had them out to 15 miles anyway, so they should handle a little bit better as they get a little more mature and a little bit closer to racing when they've been going out to 30 or 60 miles every day. So, excuse me, I am fighting a cold myself, but yeah, guys, bird feels nice. Let me see if I can show you this. I know a lot of guys like to check the coloration. It's hard to get it on the camera. Well, this bird was doing it for me yesterday. But you could see the movement in the stomach, but I guess in the muscle. But I guess you can't see it today, right now. There's the eye, beautiful eye. I wish I could show you in the sunlight when it's dilated, but you know. Anyway, let me show you another bird. A couple of the birds. Okay, this bird I'm excited for. Parents of this bird both bred me my top performers, so I put them together. Excuse me. So 2 birds that bred me some top performers last year I put together. This is definitely a hen. You can kind of tell by the skinniness of the neck. She's definitely a small little body, but nice muscle. Beautiful coloration. And you see that bronze coming through. And white flight all the way through. Checker splash. So a little bit of everything in the genetics. You can't see much in the eye. It's very dark. But I'm excited. I'm ready to put my money on this bird. Hopefully I don't lose her. Hopefully she performs well and I'm right. You know, I have about 50 birds here, and these are just a few that I'm excited for, and I think that are my better performers. But only the basket's gonna be able to tell who's the better flyer and performer. The birds so far are all from my friend Tony in Lyndhurst, New Jersey. Flies under sour term. Shout out to Tony. But this bird, you can see it's got one more flight to go as well. This is one of my older birds. It's 6866. Really keely. I'm not sure why it feels this way. Kind of like really tight right here, if you see that. Really tight, but I mean, nice thickness to the wing. And just a very mature bird. I mean, this bird was born probably February 1st. You see the tail's still growing out, but should be all the way there. So a lot of these guys, I pulled a lot of their tail feathers, and then waited about a month. And then when I vaccinated, I just pulled whatever was fully grown out. I pulled out. So they should be fully molted out in the tail, fully molted out in the wing. This guy should be fully molted out on the head as well. There's a nice yellow eye on this guy as well. Wish I could show you the pupil, but you know, depending on the time of the day, from this angle, I could have gotten a nice shot of the pupil in the sunlight, but it would have to be at like 8 o'clock in the morning, not now in the afternoon. But anyway, another one I'm excited about because he's so old, he's so mature. Hopefully he does something for me. Does feel a little keely, but they are on antibiotics. They haven't really been flying much. We'll see how it goes. Pretty tight here. and nice short bone muscle here. So really thick secondaries, and short secondaries as well. They don't seem to come out very much on this bird. So out of the gosh, I don't know, out of the 75 birds or so that I banded, about 10 of them I did not write down the parents. I was just too busy at the time. I banded them and didn't write down the parents. I could probably go back into my videos and do some investigating, but you can see this bird is one of those birds I did not get the parents to. 6388, much later. This bird was banded much later, but you can see the coloration is just beautiful. His whole head got some nice coloration to him. Won't sit still, but do you see the coloration to this bird? All over his head. Just very excited to see that coloration come through. I should be able to tell the parents just based on that. You can see he's got 3 more flights to go. He's got a lot to do. You can see the 2 that I pulled 2 in this guy at the same time. See how short they are. But just 3 left to go, and I got about 2 more months for that to take place before I hit the 300 mark. So I'm sure he'll be dropping 9th or 8th or 9th during the flight, during the season. But I think he'll be ready for the bigger races if he hangs in there and sticks around. And if he does, I got to figure out who his parents are. But let me show you another bird. All right, so this is a slate I got, the only slate I got this year. You can see he's got like that blue tint to him. It's hard to show a slate on the phone, on my video, but he's got 2 more to go, and he is beautiful. You can see his tail feathers have a lot to go. Growing back a little slow. Hopefully none of these are old, but what's more important is that his flights are pulled and grown back, and he'll be ready to be training and ready to be flying for the season. But nice bird, nice muscle on this bird. He's not keely at all. Nice tight vents, just beautiful slate that I'm real excited to see how she does, he or she. That's going to be one of the problems I have, is sexing these birds, but we'll see how it goes. Looks like a little bit of molt around the neck, but hopefully this bird's fully molted out for the 300. Hopefully this year I can do some videos before I ship or after I ship, and I'll show you who did well, who didn't do too well. This bird again is from, it is bred out of Tony's birds. So another one of Tony's birds. A lot of my birds here are from my buddy in Lyndhurst. And I know he watches my videos, so shout out to Tony. And you'll get the recognition if any of these guys win. So best of luck to both. I would classify this as one of the darkest checks I have in my loft right now. Still got 3 to go. Seems like a lot of them have 3 to go. 6890, and this is out of Maria. I have 2 birds out of Maria that are in my racing loft. I have 2 birds out of Maria that are in my my breeding loft that I'm keeping for stock, just in case these don't do so well or get lost or get whatever happens to them. I'll have 2 birds out of Maria just for sentimental value. You can see this one definitely has a little bit of molting going on. You see the eye though. Eye looks nice, nice pearl eye. And not too much of a 1-pin tail on this bird. The father, not Maria, but the father did have a bit of a split tail. Raced well for me though all year. This bird's got some nice thick secondaries. 3 to go on this side, 2 to go on this side. So This bird's it's definitely going to be ready. 6'8", 90. It was about 40 birds in, so right around my second round, I got this bird. Excuse me. This is another bird from Tony. Bred out of Tony's birds. This is 6859. She is a doll hen. You just get the focus. She just handles magnificently. She's always looks magnificent when I come in the loft. Nice 1-pin tail, feisty, and I think she's fully molted out, so she is ready to go. She's just got her last flight coming in now. Oop, little ruffled for me trying to catch her. Don't like to see that. Don't like to see that at all. But really didn't ruffle her up too much. But anyway, if I can just show you her, she handles great. Very excited for this pigeon, and I think she's already made it up with somebody. 6859, one of my earlier birds. So showing you a lot of my earlier birds right now, because that seems to be what looks the best right now. Obviously, once I start training, my opinions will probably change. But it's nice to have some birds that I already like, have my eyes on, like this guy. Long neck on this guy. White pearl eye. It's a little bit of a longer bird. This is out of my father-in-law's birds. Still a lot of feathers to drop. Looks like 4 feathers still to drop. So a long way to go for this guy. He'll probably be molting, dropping feathers for the races. I don't know if he'll drop 4 in the next 2 months. I don't think he'll drop 4 flights. But he does look nice. He wound up getting some coloration on his, you can see it, a little coloration on his bars. Didn't expect that, but it looks like the father has a little bit of that when I looked at him more closely. So for a second I thought maybe I had the wrong parents, but they are the right parents. They're out of my father-in-law's birds, so we'll see how he does. A little keely, you know, nothing. I'm not amazed by this bird, but definitely have my eyes on him. Okay, last one. This is another bird, a nestmate to one I showed you previously. A lot of coloration. This is Tony's birds. A lot of coloration to this bird. Real excited to see how this one does. I would love to have a bird like this in my breeding loft because it's so beautiful. But dark eye, just like the nestmate. But nice tight vents, perfect body. I can't tell right now because whenever they're growing in, I feel like it gets a little bushy, but I believe it's a 1-pin tail. Just 2 more flights to go in this guy. You can see they're almost like gold on camera. But yeah, this is the sibling to the checker splash that had the bronze all over them. Real excited to see how these do. But out of Tony's birds again. Real excited for this bird. I'll get one more in video, why not? This is another one of Jerry's. I have about 6 birds from Jerry out of the 8 or so he gave me. But this is a nice grizzle. Actually handles really nice. This one I'm excited for. Excited to see how it does. Out of Jerry's birds. But alright guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.